live here at Martinsville Speedway. It's going to be a great night. We've got a lot of drivers who are ready to get back out on the racetrack, take to this new year. That new year, new me mess. Oh, yeah, well, it's going to be that. Everybody's going to get their mulligans. Well, so they think. So we're going to see some drivers leaning. We're going to see some beating. We're going to see some banging. We're already seeing some drivers getting it loose here and qualifying as we see Clayton Kincart now roll it through turn 4. As it looks like, what up, YouTube? Sorry about that. We do apologize. It seemed like we did not go up on time, but we are here now as what is up, YouTube, and welcome back with some Full Throttle Racing.
Yes, don't know what happened there. It looks like just a little bit of an incident with the YouTube stream key, but we got it going now as we're riding on board with Clayton Kincart. He's already set his position up in the 10th spot. Nobody out on the track, so we'll go ahead and run through those points for you real quick while we're waiting for these drivers to get out on the track. Just pulling it up here right now. As you see right now, going into the round of 12, everybody is tied with 7,000 points. So we've got Robby Bice, Josh Carver, Brian Chu, Ed DeBoer, Matthew Fitz, Colin Forrester, Jimmy Green, Chad Hitchcock, Clayton Kincart, Stan Mayberry, Logan Rhodes, and Bradley Wilson battling it out for these positions to go into that final 8. Which, you know, Josh, that's going to be a lot of tension. As I was saying right now, it looks like Brian Chu getting ready to go out on track. So we'll see, set a lap time. So we'll see what he can do. He's one of those final 12 drivers. So we'll see if he has any time to set here. I heard him saying that he wasn't too great at this track. So we'll see if he has anything to say here.
Yeah, we're going to see some drivers that more or less maybe not keen with Martinsville. We know the short tracks can get to some drivers, as we're going to see that 18 of Brian Chu set himself currently up into that 11th spot. As it looks like, oops, sorry, Chris. During the offseason, it looks like the Full Throttle guys might have lost a little bit of speed, Chris, or maybe Martinsville just not their spot. We know all of them were usually the guys that were qualifying up there, and now Brian Chu, David Salter, Robby Bice kind of falling back, all sitting in that 11th position back. And Stoney Benfield, the only Full Throttle driver right now, currently up in that 2nd spot. As it looks like we are going to be qualifying over, getting to the grid here. As we'll let a couple cars get spawned up, gridded up before we go through your grid.
Was going to also give a shout out to everybody out there on that Facebook, YouTube page. Let you know we are also experiencing a really bad storm outside. So if you see any kind of network issues or the frame looks like, or the stream looks like it's frame dropping a little bit, just know there is a really bad storm going on outside. So we might have a little bit of connective issues, but we'll try to get it going as best as we can and have a lot of fun as we're getting back to this racing here tonight.
All right, and it looks like I was about to say that, but our top 3 still have not gridded up here currently. But we are still looking forward to what is going to be an excellent night here. And like Chris said, there's going to be some storms out here in real life, but on racetrack, there's going to be some storms as well, as we're seeing our drivers go ahead and get gridded up here as we're just waiting on that 51 Channel Shine Racing of Bradley Wilson to grid up. But we'll go ahead and get ready to go through your qualifying grid here, as that 51 of Bradley Wilson going to pick up where he left off in the offseason. He is going to sit himself on pole position here tonight at Martinsville. Looks like he has still not gridded up currently at the moment, but Stoney Benfield, the pastor, going to get himself on to that outside 2nd place position, as you see the 51 pop in right there. Just had to get the bow tied, before he could sit down in the race car. But that 811 call before you dig banner on the window. Bradley Wilson, Stoney Benfield going to sit in that top row with Josh Carver in that number 3 Good Ranch Machine, going to be sitting in that P3 spot. Colin Forrester, the DuPont number 9, very slick paint scheme we've seen him run these past couple weeks. He's going to be starting in that P4 position. Logan Rhodes, the Milwaukee number 8 Scrappy Machine, going to start P5 with Jonathan Coombs making his return to Cup Series racing, starting in that P6 position. Then it's going to be Ed DeBoer in that looks like I might have had my, they're all over the place.
Yeah,
Chris is going to grab the timing.
Yeah, it's going to be Ed DeBoer. Jimmy Green in that 7th spot. Ed DeBoer in 8th. Then it's going to be Ryan Sword in that 9th position, Clayton Kincart in 10th, Brian Chu in 11th. Gonna have, let me get it scrolled down here. Gonna have David Salter in that 13th position, Chad Hitchcock 14th, Robby Bice 15th, Matthew Fitz 16th, William Brown 17th, Adam McKinney's gonna, or Patrick Ginter 18th, Stan Mayberry in 19th, Adam McKinney 20th, Michael Zuber 21st, and then Casey Collinpack gonna round out the field in that 22nd spot. But it looks like Patrick Ginter not on the track right now. Wonder if he's opted to not drive here tonight. He just signed up, not really sure. With that 38 machine, also looks like William Brown's still sitting in the pits. Yeah, William Brown's still in the pits. Patrick Ginter has not spawned in, so maybe had something come up. Could not spawn into the racetrack. Looks like William Brown's still sitting in pit lane, but the pace car is going to be out.
Looks like our front row not all the way lined up. But at the moment, the season break is over. We are back to green flag racing here in Full Throttle. As Josh Carver, big drive in behind that 51 of Bradley Wilson here in a turn number 1. Too wide. It's going to be for a couple rows back. As you see, Stoney Benfield already starting to get checked up there. Scrappy going to move himself up into that 3rd position behind his Rev teammate, as that 23 and Jimmy Green going to follow as well. So 1, 2, and 3 going to go, or excuse me, 2, 3, and 4. Yeah, Stoney Benfield going to have a big problem here as he's going to get passed by the 9, the 02 of Jonathan Coombs here. Now the 94 of Brian Sword coming to the inside. He's getting passed by after team right now. Oh, and looks like they're wrecking the 3 of Josh Carver around. And it looks like everybody should get around him cleanly. With the 3 of Josh Carver, unfortunate for him.
Yeah, we'll see if we can go back on board here and see what happened with that Josh Carver machine. Getting into what looks like turns 2 there, coming in out of...
Just on the throttle too early.
Yeah, just gets on the throttle too early. It goes around. You're right on board here. Listen to what happened. Yep. Just gets on it a little too early, and she gets around. Everybody gets around, though, so you see everybody getting a little checked up there, but everybody going to get around. Josh Carver, though, off to a really bad start here early on.
Yeah, down pit lane, too. Not the way you want to come back from your season break, especially if you got Colin the stocking for Christmas. That's just going to add to this thing of this year. And just going to say, hey, that's already starting off the theme of the year. Say, I've already messed up 2023. I'm looking forward to my year. Just brush that one off, though. Carver, man, we know it's been one of those off seasons. And it just seemed like he was just wanting to get on the throttle, wanting to get up there and really lead the race. And it happens. Unfortunately, it happened, but it's a short track. If he, didn't damage the engine too much, lose RPMs, or, really kill the cooling in the car, he could bounce back. He doesn't have to really worry about the aerodynamic of the car. We'll see it from his onboard view here from the gyro cam. As you're going to see him get out of two, boom. Everybody going to get on by here. But it seems like the theme's set early here. Caution out early. And it looks like Carver is just down pit road, going to be taking extensive damage repair.
But yeah, we do want to thank everybody here being out with us tonight on that Facebook, on that YouTube platform. Let us know who you're out here watching as we're coming back from that Christmas break for the Hot Dog 135 by NC811 Dig. It's really good to have everybody here tonight. We were really excited to get this race going. So like we were saying earlier before the race started, if you see a little bit of lag going on in the stream, we do have some really bad weather going on outside. So you might actually hear some thundering going on in the background. So, just bear with us and everything, but we're going to try to get the best thing going on. But like we said, we're glad to be back here. Looks like the pace lights are going off, so we're going to be going green this next time by. But like we were saying earlier, hearing a lot in the driver chat, over the last few weeks, without any races to really go on, we've been doing a little couple one-off races stuff. I've heard a lot of tempers getting flared up. So I'm ready to see that, like we were saying, that Matt Kenseth style rage when it comes to Joey Logano here. You see the pace car getting ready to dive off, taking that hard left-hand turn. Bradley Wilson going to be coming around turns 3 and 4. Look at that. Logan Rhodes is hugging that outside lane. Bradley Wilson getting off to a really good jump. Logan Rhodes falling off just a little bit. So we're going to have to see everybody getting checked up. You see Jimmy Green on that inside lane of that Nana Colin Forrester.
Whoa. Big up the track from the 8.
Yeah, big up the track.
That's going to allow that inside lane to come by him. Here comes the Sparkle Unicorn, guys. Exactly what happened to Stoney Benfield earlier, just getting ran past really quickly once he got out a little bit out of sorts. And he's going to get it gathered back up, though. Shot himself in the foot, but he's going to stop the bleeding. He's going to lose about 3 positions at the end of Logan Rhodes back in position here as Ryan Sword in a healthy 4th spot, as it looks like we've already got the caution out. Again, 84 of Casey Collenbag, and it sounds like maybe the 96 of Michael Zuber.
His thing says probably drunk, so not really sure. Michael Zuber, though, going around there. We'll see what happened with those two. Going to see where there it is. Everybody getting checked up here. The 98, just getting up into the wall. Tries to come back down, then Casey Collenbach just going off the front bumper. It looks like everybody's going to get it slowed down, though.
They both got in there hot.
Yeah, it looks like William Brown got back out on the track, so good to see William Brown back out here. Maybe just had a little bit of an incident trying to get on there, but yeah, you just see Michael Zuber getting up into the wall. That is something that happens at a short track like this. You just get up into that wall, and then the next thing you know, you're trying to get it slowed down, and you can't. So it's, see, like, just getting in there too high, trying not to get on that 22's bumper, and he just gets up into that wall and then gets into the back corner. Casey Collenbach gets into that back corner, sends him around. But other than that, I mean, it was just it's just one of those racing incidents, man.
Hashtag bring back cigarette sponsors. But it seems like here early, just drivers not able to come to grips here with Martinsville early. But, I mean, we have been on a little bit of a driver break here for the Christmas/New Year's. Hopefully everyone is having a good end of their 2020 and a great start to their 2022 as we get here lined up back under caution. I mean, these drivers have just been willing and dealing so far here in the first 12. 135 laps, so wouldn't be surprised here after this first caution or two. These drivers just get it settled back down, get back into it, and just reset. We'll see them get back into the rhythm. We know they were doing very well driving without a lot of cautions before the Christmas break. We'll see how they manage to maintain and get back up to racing speed here. We should see the pace lights go off here soon, but I will say that Josh Carver back on the lead lap. He was the lucky dog under this caution. And William Brown as well, sitting in that 19th spot. Chris pointed him out being back out on the track. He is also on the lead lap. So every car did start the race is on the lead lap. Besides Patrick Ginter, he did not start the race and did not qualify. We'll see. We should be going back to green here this time. And yes, we will. Pace lights are off. And we will see some hard racing here at Martinsville in just a moment. Hopefully these boys will get it woed back up and we'll be able to see some good racing. We'll see if that 8 of Logan Rhodes is going to be able to pass anything over to his rep teammate of that 23 and say, hey, he likes to get on the gas fast coming out of turn 3. We'll see if that 23's got anything for that 51 of Bradley Wilson on the restart here. As that iRacing pace car going to take that left turn and get off into pit road safely. We'll see that 51 maybe hit the gas a little early coming through 3 and 4 here.
Yeah, it looks like, gets off to a really good jump there. Whoa, 23 getting around. Getting into the back of Jonathan Coombs. Oh, you're going to see everybody getting checked up here. Let's see who gets... Oh, Brian Chew, 22. Everybody getting a little bit of a bump and bang. Oh, my goodness. Looks like Stoney Benfield just really stuck in the middle of it right there. Everybody just having to come to a really quick stop. Like you were saying, the 23, Jimmy Green just getting off to a really bad start there. Everybody trying to get it set up. Bradley Wilson putting a lap on them. It looks like the 75 just all out of sorts up there. Stoney Benfield just, whoa, gets into the 28. Whoa, what's going on there? Stoney Benfield just hit the 28 of Robby Bice. That was his teammate. So go back to the replay. We'll watch it unfold. They are still wrecking. What is going on right now? It's the 0-2 with Jonathan Coombs. So Robby Bice just getting really beat up there. So we'll go back and watch it. Just a lot of wrecking going on just there. You see Ryan Sword, you see 23 of Jimmy Green getting really out of sorts coming out of the turn. We're going to back it up here, rewatch it again.
It's a domino effect, man.
Yeah, it really was. You see the 23 just getting all out of sorts there. He gets into the 0-2. Ryan Sword has nowhere to go there. Everybody just trying to get her checked up. Not really able to get it checked up. Ryan Sword gets into the back of him there. You see Colin Forrester trying to get it slowed down, and then everybody just kind of accordion effects here. You see the 18 of Brian Chu get into the 75, get into the 0-2, and everybody just kind of starts stacking up.
Yeah, that was something, man. I ain't never seen that much mayhem in my life. Pre-caution, after caution. I mean, that was utter chaos right there for like a solid minute. Man, I ain't never seen anything like it, Chris. That just caught me way off guard.
Yeah, that was definitely really crazy. Yeah, Michael Zuber. Whew. I don't know, man. That was definitely crazy. Robby Bice definitely just not in a good place right now. That was unfortunate for that 28 machine. He just got caught up all in the middle of all of that. Caution lights are out. Like I said, do apologize if there's any lagging going on. We're trying to get it situated, but like I said, with the weather, it's just all kinds of crazy. But right now, Bradley Wilson, Ryan Sword, Bradley Wilson getting off to a good jump here. Let's see if everybody can keep it going. Looks like Bradley Wilson getting into the corner. Whoa, big dump!
They just dumped Bradley Wilson.
Big dump there. That's what we were talking about. Everybody getting stacked up. Looks like the 88 of David Salter in at that time as well. Colin Forrester really put the bumper there to Bradley Wilson.
Man, oh man.
As you see the 9, it looks like Colin Forrester just full sent it in there.
And these boys are just they got it out for each other tonight, don't they?
Yeah, it's the way it looks. Yeah, you see David Salter just also being in the wrong place at the wrong time. So a lot of those top 12 drivers really starting to take a beating now. Looks like everybody's starting to come down pit lane though.
Oh yeah, we're gonna see a lot of damage. We're gonna see a lot of damage repair this time by for sure. Those drivers just got into a bloodbath out there for about the last 2-3 restarts. It's just been nothing but knocking the snot out of each other. So hopefully they're gonna get this cleaned back up, man. This is excuse me. This is just a bunch of drivers that seem like they want to get going. I mean, but they're not going to get going anytime soon. They keep running into each other, so hopefully we'll see them clean it back up here. I mean, these drivers just been on a tough break here. Haven't really been, racing around each other. Sure, they've been racing in the sim, but racing around each other, it's a rhythm, and that rhythm might have been broken, and you're seeing that come in to play right here. And just give them a little bit of time. I'm sure they'll be back to driving, but if you're that Bradley Wilson machine, man, you've got to be a little frustrated after leading every lap of this race, and then what bang going around.
Yeah, a lot of the drivers, there's probably a lot of heat going on right now. As you see, Stan Mayberry's got the 68 on his car, but it looks like the 99 is put over it. So Stan Mayberry, a new number out there. Normally the 68. Now I see him riding the 99. So maybe just a skin difference there. Maybe something happened, but not really sure. But he is the 99 on track. But Stan Mayberry moved himself up into that third position. So we know that that 99 machine, he is definitely liking where he is sitting right now.
Oh yeah, William Brown, man, he started in the pits, Chris, and look where he's at, leading the freaking race. Chad Hitchcock second, Robby Bice, Stan Mayberry in that third and fourth spot. They go. William Brown going to get the field back to green flag racing here. And it looks like through turn two, we're still green. Through turn 3 and 4 for our leaders, we're still green. We did a full lap. Woohoo! All right, we're making progress. Let's see if these boys can get back in the rhythm now. This is where it's crunch time, lap 28. You got 135 laps here at Martinsville. You think, oh, 135 laps. That's a good long race. Well, if you stay green here, this is going to be a race that is over before you know it. As you see that 22 of Chad Hitchcock getting a little loose on quarter exit. Caution back out here. Carver just drove it up into him. Oh yeah.
I know a lot of these drivers are probably just waiting for this race to be over.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Especially if you've been caught up in it once, twice, or already 3 times, you're already thinking, man, could this be over already, and can we get to next week?
Yeah, but like we said, we really appreciate everybody being out there on that Facebook, on that YouTube page, and that thunder is sure coming down out there. But it is, it's still working here. We're still racing. William Brown, like you said, Josh, starting off in the pits though. He's out there leading that race right now. So William Brown doing a good job. Chad Hitchcock up right now into that second position, so up 12 positions. That's good on that 22 machine. And then, like we said, Stan Mayberry still out there in a looks like a somewhat clean race car. Maybe a little bit of front end damage on that car, but looks like he's still able to keep it going. And he's got his teammate behind him who had a little bit of an incident there early on, but looks like he's got that car still out there racing.
Yeah, these guys are going to be able to just manage the rest of this race with the damage they've got and not get too frustrated with each other. Got to keep going here. I mean, I know it's been a tough couple past weeks not having the actual racing to get to, and you know, a little bit of the off-series racing or the off-season racing, I should say. Excuse me, but let those bygones be bygones, man. Keep your head down and let's get to some racing here. You ain't gonna get any positions or get any satisfaction winning this race if you sit here and go caution every 2 laps. Let's get some good hard racing. Let's see some drivers, you know, race hard and race fair and clean. You know, I know it's been a little bit of resettling, but I think these boys are about to get back into it, have a good run here.
Whoa, it looks like maybe William Brown getting off to a little bit of a messed up start there. William Brown going to get off to the jump, though. 22 going to have to slow up. He can't get that pass around there. He's going to get black flagged. So Chad Hitchcock getting it slowed up. Whoa, we're already got a wreck back there. Looks like the 84 Casey Colin back going around. We'll have to go back and see what happened there to bring that out. Looks like he was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Maybe Brian Chu get into a little bit of a netcode issue. Yeah, it looks like a little bit.
That was netcode by country mile, man.
Yeah, netcode from the 18 of Brian Chu, the 82. Just trying to looks like maybe gets out from under him again. He gets down into that back quarter panel, sends the 84 Casey Collin back around. And you see the 02 getting into the back of his teammate, and then, man, Jonathan Coombs just never can catch a break in these cars.
Seems like nobody can catch a break here tonight, Chris.
Yeah, well, that is short track racing, man.
While we are under caution here again at lap 37, we're going to take a moment to throw it to a side-by-side. So enjoy these words from our sponsors over at NC811 Dig.
If recent storms have caused damage to your property, contact 811 before you begin your cleanup. Buried utilities around uprooted trees can make a bad situation worse if those lines are not located before digging. Electric, natural gas, and internet lines are everywhere, and knowing where they are is the safest way to start any digging project. Call North Carolina 811 by dialing 811 or by using single address ticket on NC811.org or the NC811 app.
When do you plan on putting in that new fence we've been talking about since last summer?
I guess I could start tomorrow.
Protect the ones you love and protect your buried utilities by contacting 811 before you dig, either by phone, the web, or the NC811 app. Know what's below before you dig. Visit NC811.org to learn more.
This tree is going to look great here.
Did you call 811 to protect your underground utilities?
I can't wait to see these roses come up.
Dig, dig, dig! Wait, we forgot to call 811.
Before you dig, make sure you can. Call 811 to know what's below. It's up to all of us to protect the ones we love.
We welcome you back to the Hot Dog 135 by NC811 Dig. We do appreciate those words from them. Right now, the pace car is taking that left-hand turn. Everybody getting ready to come around the 48 of William Brown. Going to get off to a good jump. The 22 of Chad Hitchcock, he's going to fall in behind it, but 28 of Robby Bice, even though he's got that little bit of damage, he's still making his way up through the field. Robby Bice up into that third spot, 68, 99. Stan Mayberry, he's got the 90, he's got the 51 of Bradley Wilson, excuse me. Everybody's cars are all messed up all over the place. 51, whoa! Robby Bice getting almost into that corner battle, but 51 getting around. Bradley Wilson still in this race on the outside of that 99 of Stan Mayberry, getting a little loose there. Caution's back out. Looks like Ed DeBoer might have went into pit lane, might have had a little bit of a spin. We'll go back and see. What was it? Looks like the 18 there. Looks like a little bit of that netcode issue again. It looks like maybe the 18 of Brian Chu. We'll see from his point of view. Oh, no, actually, looks like it was the 77. It's the 77 of Clayton Kincart that actually got into the back quarter panel of the 94. Ryan Sword going to send him around and then kind of called out the 18 there. It looks like he might have caused the contact, but the 94 just going to drift up into the 18. The 18 going to do his best to get around him. Looks like he might have got into the wall just a little bit, but it looks like everybody's going to get it going back in front of him after that little bit of contact. So Brian Chu, looks like he got a little bit lucky. We would have saw it from his point of view, but looks like he was blinking a little bit. So looks like he was able to get around those. We're back under caution here at lap 44. It was something that we were expecting here at a track like this, but like I was saying, look at who is back up here in the third position. Bradley Wilson sitting in that third spot without a front bumper, without a hood. Just doesn't matter to him. He's up here in that third spot. And again, just want to, I see there's a little bit of lag going on the stream. I do apologize about that again, guys. You know, like I said, we've got all these bad storms going on outside, so hopefully they'll go away pretty quick and we can get back to where there's not any more lag, because this is definitely getting on my nerves seeing all this lag going on. But we do appreciate everybody sitting with us here tonight on this Sunday night, beautiful Sunday night at the track, but not a beautiful Sunday night outside in the real life, as there's a lot of storms going on down here in this the southeast area right now in South Carolina. It is definitely coming down outside. I hear we got a flag outside. It's beating up against the side of the wall. So it's definitely not liking what's going on outside. But we're still here though. We're still digging. So right now, William Brown still out in the lead. Chad Hitchcock holding on to that second spot. But like I was saying, Bradley Wilson moving his way up into that third spot with all the adversity, as we always say. Bradley Wilson gets up into that third spot, so good to see Bradley Wilson moving his way up through the field again.
Indeed, after that early spin that he had, it's good to see him back up here and in contention. Hopefully get up here and work his way back up into leading this race, possibly. But, you know, it's just good to see that, you know, with all the, you know, the mess going on, these guys are still going to be lining up here. They're still going to be racing. At the end of the day, we're still going to have a race that's going to go on, and we'll see if, you know, they're going to get it gathered up here or how they're going to approach this as out of turn number 2 they do come, and that pace car is going to take that left here in just a moment. As here they come out of turn number 4. The pace car is going to bring William Brown, as he is going to get to a great start. As we'll see if they can stay green. That 51 is going to move his way to the outside lane.
And look at Bradley Wilson moving his way up through the field.
Whoa, big move there from the 51.
Bradley Wilson to the inside. Let's see if he can get around William Brown.
48 big up into the wall.
Yeah, William Brown having a little bit of a hiccup there. Looks like Adam McKinney, Brian Chu. Yeah, the 13 and the 18 getting into each other. Whoa! 13 really big wide loose out of the corner. The 18 just nowhere to go. It's one of those situations where you just pretty much have nowhere to go at that point. You were just really hot into the corner. Yeah, it looks like right there, The 13 of Adam McKinney just bumps off the side of the 75 of Stoney Benfield, going to send him up to the top of the track. And the 18 of Brian Chuge is going to be there to meet him.
Bradley Wilson said, "Can we just race?" I'm trying to see it, man. I just want him to race. I know they got it in them. A lot of excellent drivers in the field, man. It's just been one of those nights where it seems like everybody is going to get bit by the bug. And that is the wrecking bug.
See the 3 of Josh Carver still limping around. He's still trying to get out here on the track. So good to see the 3 of Josh Carver still trying to dig out there on the track. But man, that front end has seen better days. Right now, Brian Chu down pit lane. Yeah, Brian Chu down pit lane. You see the 96 of Michael Zuber on his way out right now. He said in the chat earlier, woo! Like I said, man, woo is right. That has been one of them races here tonight. Short track racing at its finest. William Brown on his way out right now. He's got the 82 and the 84 in front of him. A lot of cars still trying to get back out on the lead lap. We've only got 4 cars off of the lead lap right now. Jonathan Coombs looks like he's down pit lane for a good minute. His night might be over. William Brown coming down pit lane again. Ryan Sword looks like he was thinking about pit lane but decided against it. William Brown, like I said, coming down pit lane. Adam McKinney still sitting down pit lane, so probably having to take some pit repair for that 13 machine after a lot of that big bumping and stuff going on. You see the 48. William Brown going ahead and making his way out now. Space lights are off. We're going to see these boys get off to a jump here again.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll get back to not spinning in the first 4 laps. I want to see these boys actually get a good run. I know we got some good racing somewhere inside of this track tonight, and it's going to be dug out. I'm expecting to see some good hard racing at some point, man. 50 laps into this thing, and I think we've spent maybe 10 of them under green flag. As Bradley Wilson get to get off to the start, he's going to be your leader.
Chad Hitchcock getting off to a good jump too, but Colin Forrester still all over the back bumper. There, Bradley Wilson, he was the one that sent him around the first time. Let's see if we can get around here. We've going around 1 time now. Looks like everybody's getting her slowed up, getting it checked up. Right now, it looks like the 9 of Colin Forrester making a move on the inside there of the 51 of Bradley Wilson. Let's see if he can make it stick. Bradley Wilson taking that outside lane. Looks like the 9 of Colin Forrester not going to be able to make that move. He's going to fall back to that second spot. We'll see how long it takes that 9 to decide to make that move. But right now, he's not. He's got that 22 of Chad Hitchcock all over the back bumper. So he's going to have some kind of move up his sleeve here, because that 51 sure is not wanting to give up that lead.
Yeah, indeed. Bradley Wilson's back where he started in the lead of this race, and he doesn't want to, indeed, like you said, Chris, give it up. It's one of those things that once you're back up there after all the adversity, you're wanting to go. And it seems like I'm not going to try to jinx it here. We've got some good. Oh, I say that. And there
Robby
goes Robby
Bice
Bice
into the wall. Yeah, it looks like Robby Bice just coming out of turn 2 there. So it looks like it just came out from under him.
I shouldn't be allowed to talk.
Yeah, it looks like it just came out from under him and he got into the wall. Hey, but he was able to save it mostly. Robby Bice, though, just not having the best of nights that 28 machine is.
Anybody is having the best of nights here tonight. This has been a one of those nights that I'm sure a lot of these drivers are going to want to forget. We do still have a race on our hands. Granted, if you want to be here or not, you've still got action to get out and go do. I mean, I'm expecting to see these drivers step it up here. I mean, you know, we're seeing the spins become less and less. I mean, yeah, we've had a good bit of cautions here tonight, but this short track, this is how short tracks tend to go. You have a lot of drivers who maybe aren't fully comfortable with it, and cautions can seem to happen. And it's just a part of the racing, and we're all glad to still be here tonight with the Full Throttle gang, bringing them back into racing after the off season. Hopefully, all the fans, like we said earlier, you guys had a great Christmas and a great New Year's. We know it was a good New Year's over here for us, and we got to see some great college football. The Alabama Crimson Tide making it to the national championship once again. Roll Tide. Knew Cincinnati wasn't going to give us any trouble, but just hopefully everybody's doing a great job, doing great here tonight. Everybody's having a good start to their New Year's, and what a better way to be starting the New Year's and watching some good old racing here on the Full Throttle platform. If you're on that Facebook, make sure to like and share it out. If you're on that YouTube, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you know when we go live. It looks like we should be getting back to 2 wide here in just a moment. Double file stacked back up and getting ready to restart here in just 1 moment. We'll see if these drivers can get the pace picked back up and how they're going to attack here with under, what, let's see, 60 to go? 70 to go, excuse me. And Chris, you know, we've been in races like this 100 times. We know what the mentality of these drivers are like. It's just one of those things of you want to do whatever you can to stay clean. You don't want anybody else around you to get into you. But you just got to keep your head down and keep digging, man. I mean, like we said, there is still a race. And speaking of the race, green flag's back out. And you've got to re-rack and try to do it all over again here. Is Bradley Wilson going to dive it back into turn 1? Out of the exit of turn 2. That now to Colin Forrester, big to the inside here. We have a pass for the lead going into turn number 3 and 4.
Yeah, it looks like the Nana Colin Forrester with that little bit of a fresher race car has a little bit more speed, but Bradley Wilson just not giving up that position. We do know that he is a very defensive driver when it comes to putting down the law and not letting people by. So the 51 doing a good job holding off that 9. Let's see how long he can hold him off. Oh, 51 loose, getting up into the wall. Bradley Wilson trying to hold it up there into the wall. Looks like everybody might get around him. Yeah, Bradley Wilson, good pulling the wheel to the right. I saw him pull the wheel to the right, trying to keep it out of everybody's way. So good on that 51 to not get up there and mess everybody up. But oh, that was unfortunate. Looks like he just got loose coming out of that corner.
We're gonna have to see what happened right here. He just lost it big time.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Josh, it looks like he was just getting into the corner a little hotter than he was anticipating. Looks like maybe the back end just started. Yeah, back end just started coming around there. You saw it start getting around. He tried to catch it, but it snapped around on him. But he was able to keep it up into the wall, so that way nobody was able to, get taken out by that. So good hands-on driving from the 51 to not take anybody else out in that wreck. That's unfortunate for Bradley Wilson. Like I said, man, he's one of those drivers. He's definitely an iron fist. He likes to come out there and swing hard. So I'm not counting him out just yet. I expect him to still have a pretty good finish here tonight.
Yeah, expecting him to work his way back to the field, but man, it is just one thing after another for that 51 machine here tonight. started out on the pole. He has not just been able to capitalize. I mean, we'll see how he's going to be able to manage here once we get out of this caution here, get him re-racked back up. But, man, you just got to say you hate it for our drivers tonight. So probably excited to come into the night. And then I bet you right now they're probably all thinking, man, can we be back on that driver's break?
Yeah, a lot of these drivers probably not wanting to be behind the wheel right now. They're like, hey, can we go back to the Christmas cheer and the having fun and, you know, being with our families and stuff, and let's not be out here on the track anymore.
Yeah, this is not fun for some of these drivers tonight.
Especially at a track like Martinsville.
Yeah, that is one of those tracks that you coming back into it, getting you right back into the swing of things is probably one of those just, oh man, why did I get myself into this kind of situations? But, you know, it happens, and you got to live with these things. We'll see how they're going to get back to going here. I mean, you've just got so much adversity tonight that you've got to get through and manage. I mean, man, I would hate to be behind that driver's seat knowing what's going through those guys' head tonight.
Yeah, it's one of those things, Josh, where, you know, like we said, coming back to the short track woes, you know, as your first track after the break, that's something, you know, when you go from Talladega to short track, you're like, whew. But when you go on a 2-week break, pretty much straight back to short tracks, that can be a handful. So these drivers definitely not comfortable out here at this short track. But the pace lights are off. You're going to see that pace car take that left-hand turn. We're going to go green here. Now to Colin Forrester on that inside lane. Should see him get off to the jump. He does. The 22, Chad Hitchcock, also getting off to a good jump. We'll see if any of these drivers can keep her woed up underneath. But Chad Hitchcock riding that outside lane really wide. Chad Hitchcock taking the outside, but he's going to be able to get it up. But he's going to get passed by Stoney Benfield. Stoney Benfield going to get around him. Looks like everybody cleanly riding through. There's the 28. Robby Bice, he's still trying to check out, but he's got the 51. Bradley Wilson, see the 18 there, blinking out just a little bit. We're going to go back up here in front. Looks like Colin Forrester getting off to a good lead. Chad Hitchcock falling off a lot. He's falling back to that 4th position. Jimmy Green up in the 2nd spot. Stoney Benfield in 3rd. Chad Hitchcock, like we said, having a little bit of a hiccup there in that first couple of laps. So he's starting to fall back just a little bit. But Logan Rhodes also starting to peek his way back up into the picture. And Austin Rhodes, a driver that we haven't really talked about a lot this whole race, sitting himself up into that 6th spot. So up 6 positions. Good job on him. And then Michael Zuber up 14. So we've got a lot of drivers moving their way up through the field. But it's got Stan Mayberry on that inside lane of that Michael Zuber machine. So we'll see if he can keep it clean, get around that machine. But right now we're going to go back on board and see that gap between that 9 of Colin Forrester and that 23 of Jimmy Green. See, it's now to about a 1.5-second gap. And Jimmy Green's got that 75 of Stoney Benfield starting to breathe all over that back bumper. So those cars with that little bit of damage, I say little bit, but a lot of damage. Looks like Michael Zuber around. I say that, but it looks like he did get it collected back up. See the 77 of Clayton Kincart all over the back bumper. We're still green. But Colin Forrester now got it out to about a 1 3/4 gap. So the gap's starting to slowly get a little bit further away from those couple of drivers. See a lot of drivers blinking here in the race. See Josh Carver blinking. Michael Zuber looks like he's blinking. The 18 of Brian Chu blinking. A lot of drivers having a little bit of internet issues. Like I said, might be a little bit of me with our with all the weather and everything going on around us. But right now, Colin Forrester now out to about a 2nd and about 2-second gap between him and Jimmy Green. So now 2-second gap between him and that 23. So everybody looks like they're starting to get the shoes underneath them. They're starting to get it figured out. But it looks like Logan Rhodes now starting to pinch up to the back bumper of that 22 of Chad Hitchcock. Maybe see him make a move here in a second for that 4th position.
Yeah, man, these guys are racing right now. I mean, they are just moving positions. We've seen a lot of drivers getting tight on the restarts. We saw it again that last time. We saw some positions change. But right now, I mean, it's all Colin Forrester out in the lead. Jimmy Green, Stoney Benfield, Chad Hitchcock, Logan Rhodes rounding out your top 5. And I'm hearing we do have a wreck on track. No caution currently at the moment.
looks like it might have been the 77 of Clayton Kincart. But he might have kept it going. Not seeing any radio lighting up. Not seeing anybody saying anything else. It looks like everything is going. Jimmy Green now got Stoney Benfield breathing all down that back. Chad Hitchcock doing a good job. Still hanging on. It looks like Jonathan Coombs. Yeah, Jonathan Coombs around in the corner. See if he can get it brought around. Or, no, looks like everybody's going to get around. Might have to bring the caution. Yeah, caution is out. Colin Forrester going to get around. 0-2 of Coombs, but Coombs just slowly trying to peek her out there so he can get her back out on the track. We'll see what happened with that 0-2 machine. Looks like the 84, Casey Collenbach, just got in there really, really hot. Got in the back bumper. Jonathan Coombs sent him around. So 84
Just
Casey
sent him.
Collenbach. Yeah, just full sent him. There it is. There it is. The Joey Logano move, Kevin Harvick move. I was waiting to see. The 0-2 of Jonathan Coombs taking it out on the 84 of Casey Collenbach. You know that just had to be coming if you were that 84 machine.
Was not expecting that.
Like I said, it was something I was waiting on. So right now at lap 83, got a lot of stuff still going on. So a lot of drivers still got that heat underneath them. But we've still got a lot of laps to go, so a lot of these drivers need to hang on to that equipment. This is the 11th caution here tonight, but we do want to appreciate everybody out there on that Facebook, on that YouTube page. Like we said, make sure to shout out who you're here watching, who you're here rooting for. Or if you're just one of the drivers that got wrecked out and you're like, yeah, I'm just going to go watch the race now, let us know if you're watching.
I think there's going to be a lot of talks with some drivers after this race. Unplug my headset. I do not hear anything on the race. Yes, I did. As I'm back, but man, this is yeah, I don't even have words. This is definitely a slugfest out there tonight. These drivers have been just sending at each other. We've seen some retaliation now, so definitely gonna have to reset that standard for the drivers, man. We don't want to see these drivers going at it like this 24/7, and we know some of them have been what they are, accidents, and hey, other than that, retaliation is retaliation. It happened, and we're going to keep going. Hopefully we'll just see these drivers settle down, man. Just settle down. You guys can still race, still get a good finish here. There's no need to go out there in the first 5 laps of the restart and try to get everything you can get. I mean, just settle in. I mean, the guy in front of you is probably going to wash up or do something later in the run. These drivers are just being very, very, very over ambitious right now, and it's coming back to bite them in the rear end, it seems like.
Yes, I want to say Carver. I see him blinking back there. I know he lives a little more north than we do, so he's probably getting hit with the weather just as bad as we are. Looks like the 9 of Colin Forrester. He's going to get ready to take us to the green. 75 of Stoney Benfield on the outside. He's going to have to tuck back in behind everybody. You see the 3 blinking out just a little bit, but Stan Mayberry moved his way back up into the 3rd position. He's got his teammate David Salter, who's doing a good job moving his way back up to the field as well. So Austin Rhodes moved himself up into the 5th position, and then behind him you see Josh Carver blinking out there, but the 29 of Robby Bice, who looks like he might get around. Nope, looks like the 3 going to dive it on the inside, so the 3 looks like he's got a pretty clean looking race car out there right now to have as much damage as he had. See Colin Forrester looks like he's getting off to a good jump though. Getting off to a little bit of a separation between him and Stoney Benfield now. Stoney Benfield moving his way up into that 2nd spot. So back up in the spot that he started in. and he's got that teammate behind him who's fighting for that position for those points. So him and Colin Forrester currently fighting for that points position going into the next race. So you see Stan Mayberry doing a good job hanging on to that third spot. He's got that teammate behind him, so you would imagine not a lot of racing going to go on behind him with that 88 machine. If he does get a run, he might get around him. It looks like we do have a caution back out. Brian Chu around.
You see Chad Hitchcock to his inside here. Looks like Chad Hitchcock got around. Clayton Kincart going to go to the inside. And big check up. The 22 got checked up. The 77 moved up a little bit. The 18 was there. They made contact. After a racing incident, unfortunately, Brian Chu just caught up in another one, man.
All right, and while we're under caution here again at lap 92, we're going to go to another 811 dig side by side. So we'll be right back with you with the action.
If recent storms have caused damage to your property, contact 811 before you begin your cleanup. Buried utilities around uprooted trees can make a bad situation worse if those lines are not located before digging. Electric, natural gas, and internet lines are everywhere, and knowing where they are is the safest way to start any digging project. Call North Carolina 811 by dialing 811 or by using single address ticket on NC811.org or the NC811 app.
When do you plan on putting in that new fence we've been talking about since last summer?
I guess I could start tomorrow.
Protect the ones you love and protect your buried utilities by contacting 811 before you dig, either by phone, the web, or the NC811 app. Know what's below before you dig. Visit NC811.org to learn more.
This tree is going to look great here.
Did you call 811 to protect your underground utilities?
I can't wait to see these roses come up.
Dig, dig, dig! Wait, we forgot to call 811.
Before you dig, make sure you can. Call 811 to know what's below. It's up to all of us to protect the ones we love.
All right, and we welcome you back from that 811 dig commercial break. Should be going back to some racing here in just one moment, as these drivers are going to pull their way through turn 2 here, and it looks like we do have a 40 laps to go, so we're going to see how these drivers are going to manage this last half of the race. Are we going to stay green? Are we going to be in a caution fest? How are they going to go amongst this last few laps here as we are back out to green flag racing? The 9 off to a great restart, and here comes that 75 of Stony Benfield behind, as we'll see these boys get settled back out, racing for some position here. 40 laps to go until we claim our first winner of the 2022 year here in Full Throttle, and it looks like we are back under caution.
It looks like David Salter around to see what happened with that 88 machine. Looks like just got into the quarter panel of the 351 of Bradley Wilson getting into it a little bit. Yeah, looks like maybe just a little bit of that blinking going on. Maybe David not knowing anybody was there. Got down into the quarter panel of the 3. Sent him around. But as we are going into next week's race, it's going to be a very interesting race indeed.
Now after what's happened here tonight.
Yeah, especially after tonight. So going into going into ISM, it's going to be interesting. I want to say they're using the legacy version, but I could be wrong. So I'll have to relook at the schedule. But I do know that it is at Phoenix, so it's going to be interesting going into that. Seeing how everything's going tonight. Will these drivers, hang on to the animosity, or will they just let things go? Know that this was just a short track, and it's just one of those things that kind of happens. But going into that points though, like I said, I'm gonna pull it back up here on screen so that way we can see it is Robby Bice, Josh Carver, Brian Chew, Ed DeBoer, Matt Fitz, Colin Forrester, Jimmy Green, Chad Hitchcock, Clayton Kincart, Stan Mayberry, Logan Rhodes, and Bradley Wilson. So right now, Colin Forrester sitting up in the lead. Then you've got Stan Mayberry right behind him. And then Bradley Wilson still sitting in that fourth spot. So we've still got Bradley Wilson hanging on to up here in the fourth position. So Bradley Wilson, like we said, still hanging on to that top position. He's not going to let everybody go easily.
Yeah, he's still hanging around, ain't he, Chris? After all the tragedy, all the bull crap here tonight, he's just he's hanging out, still digging with his head down at that. But it's gonna be one of those things, like you said. I think going into next week, we're not going to see drivers really take too much of that anger with them. I would probably assume it's just going to be one of those. It was a short track. We had all not raced in a while. Let's just let bygones be bygones and continue about our way. I think when we get to Phoenix, we're going to see some good racing. I know these boys are very capable of it. Just been one of those nights here tonight. And other than that, man, you just got to let them get back to it. The green flag is back out, and we are back to racing. We'll see if here in the last 33 laps, they do have what it takes to get to this under green flag conditions.
Yeah, Stoney Benfield falling back there into that fourth position. As I say that, Bradley Wilson around. Looks like it was just a solo spin. Might have got down into that bottom pocket. Coming out of turn 4 there. Might have just had a self-spin. We'll go back and see what happened with that Bradley Wilson machine.
Did he get on the gas too early again? Robby hit him?
No, looks like he got down, just coming down out of that pocket there. Maybe getting onto the gas just a little too early. Bradley Wilson around, fall back to the 17th position, but we know that he's one of those drivers that can get through the field. And yes, LG Wilson, they do. It just depends. It depends on who's watching the race and whatever. If they're talking about it in the race, I know that Josh was saying they were talking about it in the race earlier, so I'm pretty sure something. Looks like Josh Carver has pulled down pit lanes. It looks like he's down pit lane for 4 minutes now, so might be going ahead and calling it a night. He is blinking really bad, so I would imagine he is getting told, hey man, it's getting really bad. So see if that Carver machine comes out. But like we were saying, he was blinking a little bit too much there, so maybe did get that hand saying, hey man, just need to go ahead and pull it down. Here at lap 106, we've got pretty much this whole race under the belt now, so a lot of these drivers still trying to get out here and duke it out for this first position. Colin Forrester's got that 99 of Stan Mayberry, so Stan Mayberry's got to have a good jump to be able to keep up with that 9, because Colin Forrester getting off to a really good jump here on these restarts. Bradley Wilson falling all the way back to that 14th position, but like we said, one of those drivers that we know once he has even the slightest bit of damage, that just makes him even more hungry for that lead. So looking to see Bradley Wilson get back up here into the lead before too long. It's just one of those things where, you know, like I said, Josh, every time we say, oh, 51's around, he's right back up in the front a couple of laps later.
Yeah, it's like that all night tonight, but this might be one of those deficits. It's going to be hard to climb back from, especially with the way, I mean, we've just seen so many drivers getting around tonight, not being able to really keep it underneath them. It's going to be hard to make up positions unless we just go green here and stay green. It's going to be very difficult for Bradley Wilson to get back up here to the front. I mean, it's just going to be very difficult to work your way back up here. Like we said, with the field being froze every handful of laps. So either we stay green and Bradley Wilson gets another opportunity at it here, or we're going to see these guys who are up here in the lead, stand up here in the lead like it has been. Colin Forrester, Stan Mayberry bringing us back to the green here as out of turn number 3 and 4 they come. And Colin going to get on the gas. He is going. We see big checkup on the inside lane, 3 wide already before the start finish.
Yeah, it looks like everybody's getting it into the corner, but looking up here, you see Stan Mayberry getting passed by his teammate, Stony Benfield. So Stony Benfield on a really good drive up to that 3rd position. Caution's back out. 26 laps to go. Caution back out. Looks like big wreck. Big old wreck. Bradley Wilson involved in it. Looks like the 96, the 84, the 2 of Matthew Fitz, Casey Collenbach. A lot of drivers getting mixed up in that one. Looks like the 2 of Matthew Fitz trying to...
In front of him, the 94 wrecked somebody in front of him.
Looks like the 23 of Jimmy Green, 94 of Ryan Sword getting mixed up in it.
Yeah, I might have that backwards. My fault.
Bradley Wilson going off the front bumper of the 84, Casey Collenbach. Poor Brian Chew, just nowhere to go, still up in the middle of everything. See Casey Collenbach getting into the 94 Ryan Sword. The 2 of Matthew Fitz, nowhere to go. And you see the 96 of Michael Zuber just giving a little bit of a bump to the 2. So with 24 laps to go, it is just getting more and more interesting. A lot of drivers going off the front bumper. But like we said, that is something to really come to expect at a track like this. When you have a lot of drivers crammed onto a track that you really, yes, you can see, you can definitely fit cars 4 or 5 cars wide down that front stretch. But even going too wide is definitely really sketchy when you're going into the corners. So that is something that you're seeing a lot of these drivers fight with right now. It's just trying to judge when to get on the brakes, when to slow up, when to get checked up. That's just something these drivers are trying to figure out. And especially when you've been off for the extended time that these full throttle boys have been off, it just can come up and bite you in the butt whenever you're trying to get on the brakes.
You're all right, Chris. I mean, it's just a lot of drivers probably not used to being back under the racing conditions. We'll see them get it load back up. We'll see all of it come back to fruition. I mean, I'm sure this isn't going to be the first time these drivers get out here and wreck each other. It won't be the last, so there's still more racing to go in the season. This is just one of those nights here that you kind of just have to deal with.
Yeah, it's just one of those things, like you said, Josh. It's for the people that are out there watching, man, short track racing. It's one of those things that You know, if you've never experienced it, especially out on the track, or even in the rig playing the game, playing iRacing, it is a time and a half whenever you're on these short tracks. Austin Rhodes in the 9. Colin Forrester getting off to a good jump on that inside lane. Stoney Binfield gonna be on that inside lane of that 12. Austin Rhodes, we'll see if that 75 can hold that second position. Robby Bice moving his way up into that 4th spot. Looks like Stan Mayberry falling back just a little bit. Whoa, getting a little bit of a bump from the 48 of William Brown, but he's going to keep it going. He's going to have to get her slowed up here. The 48 getting around. William Brown going around. He's going to get it straightened up. Everybody's going to keep it going. William Brown did get it straightened up. Oh, good save there from that 48 of William Brown. We're still green, though. Stoney Binfield starting to pinch it up. Actually, as I say that, we are under caution. Looks like Ryan Sword, maybe. Looks like Ryan Sword in the 84. Casey Collin back there. Oh, a lot more than what I was thinking. Looks like the 2 of Matthew Fitz getting all over the back bumper there. Yeah, the 84 just getting on the brakes. The 2 of Matthew Fitz just misjudging that braking zone on the 84. Gets into the back bumper and sends him. See the 51 of Bradley Wilson, just unfortunate bystander there in that accident. Gets sent around. The 94 of Ryan Sword also getting into the side of the 84. Casey Collin back getting sent around. And the 77 of Clayton Kincart sliding his way up in there as well. Whoa, Casey Collin back really, really upset. Just ready for this race to be over with. The 84 pulling down pit lane now. He's probably going to go ahead and just say, you know what, guys, I'm done with this. We got 18 laps to go. 02 of Jonathan Coombs getting a lap back there. So 17 laps to go. We've still got 17 cars on the lead lap. Casey Collin back currently in the pit lane now, so he might be done with his race. So he might go a lap down. So we would have 17 cars on the lead lap with 17 laps to go. So we'll see if that 75 of Stoney Binfield has anything to say to that 9 of Colin Forrester. If he was to get a good jump with that 9 of Colin Forrester, he could just time that jump just right, get up there and start battling it out. Or will Austin Rhodes kind of figure out that, being in that 3rd position, if he'll figure out how that 9 is going to move and if he'll capitalize on it.
Yeah, with just a handful of laps to go here, this is going to be the race to the finish, man. You're going to see preferably it stay green to the end of this race, but with the way it's going, you're not sure how it's really going to be. So we'll see how these guys get to go in here. It's going to be overall, one of those things. If you win this race tonight, you're going to be satisfied. Whether you had to battle through all of it, whether you were wrecking a bunch, or either way, you're just going to be ready to get out of this race. And you are going to be ready to definitely win this race if you're up there in the lead and had to battle through all this adversity.
Yeah, so right now, Colin Forrester trying to cement his way in the points. That way he doesn't really have to worry about it going into the next race. So we'll see if he can pull it off here tonight. Pace car is off. Stoney Binfield on that outside lane. Let's see if he can get that jump. Or if the 12 of Austin Rhodes is going to figure out the jump. Looks like the 9 going to get off to a jump, but it looks like Stoney Binfield getting off to a good jump as well. 12 of Austin Rhodes going to be on the inside. We'll see who has this momentum going into the corner. Looks like the 12 might have the momentum going down the straightaway. Going here into turn 3. We'll see. It looks like Stoney Binfield just driving it in there. Bump there from the 12.
There he goes.
And that's going to be a lot of the field. so Stony Benfield going off of the front bumper there. Saw a lot of chaos and craziness going on, but Stony Benfield going off of the front bumper there of the 12. That is the wrong replay. Well, I do not have the marker for it, so, but the front bumper, you saw right there. I'm going to go through and see if I can find it, but man, just not really a lot of room to go. You saw Stony Benfield. Looks like he was trying to cut off the nose there of Austin Rhodes, and Austin Rhodes was not taking it at all. See if we can go back here and see it. See the 75 getting a really good run coming into the corner here. Yeah, and you see Stony Benfield just looks like he's trying to cut off that front bumper of Austin Rhodes. And Austin Rhodes is like, you know what, man? Boop. Looks like Robby Bice was able to get by David Salter also. A lot of drivers mixed up in that. Stan Mayberry looks like one of the drivers that was able to make it through as well. So 10 laps to go here. It's going to really come down to who's going to have the best car at the end of the race, really.
Best car is an understatement, man. I think everybody but the 12 machine is just absolutely destroyed.
Yeah, it looks like Austin Rhodes has the only cleanest car out there. So right now you've got Robby Bice, David Salter, Full Throttle Motorsports boys sitting up in that 3rd and 4th position, and then Austin Rhodes and that Team Sparkle Unicorn machine sitting in that 2nd position. But the 9 of Colin Forrester, he's doing a good job hanging on to that lead. He's got the jumps, so we'll see if these boys can get off to the jumps and figure it out as well. As you saw that last jump, they did kind of have it figured out. 9 off to a jump, 12 off to a decent jump too. 22 of Chad Hitchcock starting to poke his way back up into the picture. He's on the inside there of the 88 of David Salter. Whoa! Robby Bice around. Single spin down on the apron. He's going to get clear. Robby Bice, unfortunately, going around there, coming out of turn 2.
He wasn't the only one wrecking. I want to say there was more people wrecking, Chris.
No, it doesn't look like it.
You're not. Okay, my fault.
Yeah, so you see just Robby Bice getting onto the gas just a little too hard. Coming out of the corner there. Just getting sent around there. So Robby Bice, unfortunately, getting sent back to that 13th position, but he still has a little bit of wiggle room to make his way back up to that front position, because Josh, like I always say, look who's back up into the 7th position. Bradley Wilson back. Bradley Wilson back up into that 7th position, so he is still sniffing for that front few guys. He's got to get around that 99 of Stan Mayberry. And the 22 of Chad Hitchcock, like we were saying just a second ago, Chad Hitchcock starting to peek his nose back up into this points picture. So Chad Hitchcock trying to show these guys, hey man, y'all don't talk about me that much. I'm going to start talking about you. So Chad Hitchcock doing good in that University of Kentucky 22. So good to see him moving his way up into the top 5 right now. So up 10 positions right now is that Chad Hitchcock machine. So like I said, Really good job moving his way up through the field here with all of this wrecking and carnage going on. Right now we are under the 18th caution here. Oh my goodness, 18th caution. But with 4 laps to go, who will walk away with the win? Will Colin Forrester be able to get off to a really good jump and hang on to that lead, walk away with his 5th win of the season? Or will he be able to hold off that 12 of Austin Rhodes? Or will Austin Rhodes get up here and start battling it out? Will David Salter have anything to say? Chad Hitchcock, Stan Mayberry, Bradley Wilson. A lot of drivers still up here in the lead. Even Michael Zuber up 15 positions. Still in that 6th spot, still has a say in this lead. So all it takes is a quick bump off of that rear bumper, and we could have a new winner. So it just depends on how these drivers decide to handle these 3 laps to go.
All right, and will these boys bring it back under green flag conditions? We'll see how it is going to play out here. Pace car off. It'll be 2 laps to go when they hit the stripe. The 9 of Colin Forrester, the 12 of Austin Rhodes. Going to bring us back to green. A lot of shuffling behind the 12 as he's going to get to that bottom lane. White flag next time by, but are they going to make it back? That 9 crosses the stripe. This race is official. Race is official.
Not a Colin Forrester. He's out to about a half a second lead. Austin Rhodes still trying to come up as much as he can behind him. They are still battling it out back there. But right now, the 12 of Austin Rhodes looks like he is going to finish in that 2nd spot. 9th, the 9 of Colin Forrester going to take home the win here at the Hot Dog 135. It's pretty much everybody driving a hot dog now with the way it is. But everybody wrecking back there. Coming across the line. Bradley Wilson going to finish the line in reverse. Colin Forrester going to take home that win. Oh, it looks like Stan Mayberry got loose and then everybody just crashing back there.
Go back live here to see the 9 spinning out, but hey, that's not a wreck. That's him actually doing a sanctioned burnout because he just won this stinking race, man. That has been probably one of the most caution fest race I've seen in a while. How many did we have total?
17.
Woo-hoo! But it was still fun. Racing's racing, man. It happens. As we're going to get to your post-race results here. Colin Forrester on his Polish victory lap going to take the win with Austin Rhodes 2nd, Chad Hitchcock 3rd. David Salter going to finish 4th with Michael Zuber 5th. Stan Mayberry in 6th with Sturdy Benfield 7th. Clayton Kincart 8th. Ryan Sword 9th. Robby Bice going to finish 10th with Brian Chu 11th. Matthew Fitz 12th. Ed DeBoer 13th. Bradley Wilson 14th. Logan Rhodes going to be lining up, or finishing 15th, Casey Collin back 16th with Jimmy Green 17th, William Brown 18th, 19th, Josh Carver, 20th, Jonathan Coombs, and Adam McKinney going to round out the field. As we're just waiting for your 3 drivers here for their post-race interviews, and we will get to those interviews and let you fans get on the way here in just a moment. and bring in our first place finisher, Colin Forrester. Have a word with your winner here tonight. Colin Forrester, Chris and Josh are here in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Man, oh man, I'm sure it's probably one of those nights you are ready to get up out the rig and say, no more Martinsville for the rest of the week. That was 17 cautions. We saw yourself bring out one of them with the spin on Bradley Wilson. But other than that, I think it's got to be one of those nights where bygones are bygones, and you guys are just probably ready to get into Phoenix. But again, congratulations, man, on the win here tonight, and just take us through that stressful night here tonight in Martinsville.
Well, man, I don't even know where to start. This race was definitely so chaotic. Like you said, 17 cautions. Definitely by far from the cleanest race probably any of us have ever had. But yeah, I just want to apologize to Bradley. I got in there. He checked up way more than I thought he would. I don't know if he had a problem or something, but I apologize to him. He checked up way harder than I thought he would have, and just I tried to break in time, but I couldn't. But just I don't really know if you call this a fun race, but I don't know if I really dominated either. Just I dominated the caution laps, I guess. But just pretty fun race when we had green flag laps. Obviously, there was a very far and few. So just like you said, fun race to when we were green, but definitely a long night.
Oh yeah, long night indeed, man. We saw a lot of cautions, a lot of beating, a lot of banging, but overall, we still got to see you pick up another win this season, Colin. We know it's one of those ones that you're probably just glad to be out of here tonight. But hey, other than that, man, with all the adversity here tonight, we still got to see you, like we said, pick up the win. And if you've got any final words, thoughts, shout outs, anything before we let you get going here tonight, you're more than welcome to go ahead and throw them out there.
Just shout out to everyone in the league for having me. Look forward to these races every Sunday when we have them, as well as shout out to you guys for doing the broadcast. I know tonight was probably pretty rough, but hopefully we can put on a good show next week at Phoenix. Hopefully go for 4 in a row and catch up with Bradley on the wins for the season. And also shout out to all my teammates that were here tonight and helped me with the setup.
Man, well, again, excited to always have you up here in the booth, Colin, and hopefully going into next week, we'll be seeing some cleaner racing out on the racetrack and have you guys back to the form we know you guys can do. But again, congratulations, and we'll be seeing you next week, buddy.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, and that was Colin Forrester. Going to go ahead and bring in Austin Rhodes. Have a word with him. Austin Rhodes, Chris, and Josh up here in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey guys.
Hey buddy. Well, hey man, we saw a very chaotic night here tonight. We were talking to Colin just a moment ago about how it just seemed like we could not catch a break. Every moment you seemed like you were ready to go. Bam, and we had just another big old pile up on the racetrack. Just take us through the mentality of what it's got to be like sitting out there constantly going through those. And for you yourself, seemed like you had the cleanest race car on the racetrack. So probably just very difficult trying to be as patient as you were, knowing that you wanted to get out there and probably win this race tonight.
Yeah, Martinsville is pretty much like 95% patience for me, and the rest is luck. I didn't change tires the entire race, which worked out in my favor. We didn't have that many green flag laps, so it really didn't matter as much. All of my damage was my own fault. I floored it on the restart, and I went straight into the wall, so I had to stop and get that fixed earlier in the race. But after that, it was just being patient and working the cautions, trying to get back up to the front, and it paid off in the end.
Heck yeah. We saw one of those races tonight, like you said, where you didn't have to take a single set of tires. I mean, 17 cautions was the way of the game, and I mean, for yourself, I mean, it was just one of those easy strategies. You picked it out, you kept running with it. Probably it was just one of those. Okay, well, I guess I don't got to pit here. Well, dang, I guess I'm not going to pit again. And eventually it was just, well, if it keeps going like this, I'm just going to stay out and make the best of what I can get. And second place, man, a clean race car. You had, like we said, probably the cleanest race car on the track. I got to say tonight probably feels like a win here tonight. Austin, is as much adversity has gone through to finish second here at Martinsville.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been in my sim since Texas, so tonight like an hour before the race was the first time I've been in it in 3 weeks. Getting second in Martinsville is kind of nice.
Yeah, it's got to be one of those. Oh man, big old deep breath, just a big old sigh of relief. As it's been one of those nights here, man. Well, before we get you out of here, Austin, if you've got any final words, thoughts, shout outs, anything you want to say to the fans, man, you're more than welcome to let them go, and we'll let you
Yeah,
get on your way here tonight.
I think 17 cautions is a new high score for us. But no, thanks to you guys for the work you do with the broadcast, and obviously thank Full Throttle and 811 for putting this on. And I mean, I gotta thank my teammates because that was a lot of teamwork there at the end. It worked out.
Heck yeah, awesome. We're excited to see you pick up the podium here tonight, man. And good job on the strategy through all the adversity. You stayed out there and managed to keep the race going for yourself and finish strong here on the podium. But hey, we'll see you next week hopefully, and see you hopefully some cleaner racing, and excited to see that number 12 back out on the racetrack.
Yep, we'll see you guys. Have a good one.
Thank you. All right, and that was that 12 of Austin Rhodes. Well, Chris, do you have any final words here tonight? Do you have any final words, Chris, tonight before we let the fans go here?
Yeah, just a big shout out to everybody in the Facebook and the YouTube chat. Like I said, we had a little bit of weather tonight, so we were able to weather, air quoting there, the storm, and looks like we were able to make it through it and not really hurt too bad. So glad to see that. Good. Congratulations to Colin, Austin, and Chad. I know Chad said that he wasn't going to be in the booth, so congratulations to him. And just a big shout out to the 811 Dig guys. Really do appreciate them coming on board here, helping us, the Full Throttle boys, do this and, give us the opportunity to call these races. Really do love it. Big shout out to Cook's Lawn Care and as well as Major Setup Shop. So, really appreciate those guys coming on board, and just to the Full Throttle family, really do appreciate everybody that lets us do this. And I'm glad that we're here back racing, and hope everybody had a good New Year, good Christmas, a good holidays, and can't wait for Phoenix next week.
Well, that's going to be all from us over here in the Full Throttle booth, saying good night. This has been Chris and Josh Kiwis, and we'll be seeing you next week here Sunday night, 9 p.m. for Phoenix. Or excuse me, 8 p.m. at Phoenix Motor Speedway. And we'll be seeing the Full Throttle fans then. So good night and enjoy the rest of your weekend. We'll see you at Phoenix.